Everyone's arguing about which AI tool is best. They're missing the point. Cursor, Claude Code, and OpenClaw aren't competitors. They're solving completely different problems in your cognitive architecture. Use the wrong one, and you'll burn out spectacularly. I want you to see the invisible structure that determines whether AI coding makes you superhuman or just hollow. You know that feeling when you're shipping code 10 times faster with Cursor, but you can't shake the sense that you're drifting, like you're in a speedboat with no rudder? That's not burnout. That's not imposter syndrome. It's a structural problem, and I just found the map. Let me ask you 3 questions. First, when you code with AI, do you actually understand what you're accepting? Or are you just vibing with diffs that look right? Second, can you explain your architecture to a junior dev, or has it become a black box you navigate by feel? Third, are you shipping features or playing whack-a-mole with bugs that shouldn't exist? If any of these landed, buckle up. We're going deep. Here's what nobody tells you about AI tools. They operate on fundamentally different parts of your work system. Not features or speed. I mean the actual loops that keep you viable as a developer. Think of your dev life as a set of nested control systems. Operations, writing code, seeing it run, fixing bugs. Coordination, juggling multiple features, managing JIT, handling interruptions. Management, enforcing your own standards, scheduling, maintaining velocity. Intelligence, scanning for threats, breaking changes, tech debt, burnout signals. Policy, your identity as a dev, what you build and why. These 5 loops are supposed to contain each other like Russian dolls. Policy contains management and intelligence. Management contains coordination. Coordination contains operations. When they're balanced, you're in flow and shipping with confidence. When they break, you get the drift. Now here's the wild part. Cursor, Claude Code, and OpenClaw each amplify different loops. Cursor equals operations, amplifier. Cursor supercharges your operations loop, the write-see-understand fix cycle. It compresses cycle time while preserving the visual feedback arc. You still see the diff, that's perception, and you evaluate it, that's judgment. The "does this look right?" moment stays in your hands. Temporal signature, present moment flow. Engagement, individual interior, your felt sense, plus immediate exterior, code that runs. Strength, convergent refinement, polishing toward a clear target. Weakness, no awareness of your metasystem, management, coordination, identity. You're the rudder. Claude Code equals operations plus structure. Claude Code doesn't just speed up operations. It delegates the entire operational loop to an autonomous agent. You describe intent. Claude Code explores, tests, debugs, iterates. You review the final output. It's not faster coding, it's autonomous coding with you as supervisor. Temporal signature, flow plus cyclic revision. Key feature, Claude.md. Your management rules externalized as code the agent follows. Engagement reaches into coordination, sub-agents working in parallel, and management, CI/CD integration. Strength, exploratory, generates multiple approaches. You pick the best. Weakness, if you over-delegate, your own operational skill atrophies. I can't explain my codebase anymore. OpenClaw equals Metasystem agent. OpenClaw isn't a coding tool at all. It's a life management agent that stabilizes the loops containing your operations. Intelligence, monitors inbox, Slack, calendar, scans for threats while you sleep. Management, enforces your scheduling rules, automates workflows, keeps you on track. Coordination, routes messages across WhatsApp, Telegram, email so you're not context switching into oblivion. Policy, persistent memory that learns who you are, what you value, how you work. Temporal signature, continuous plus cyclic plus strategic resets. Engagement, collective and system levels, the stuff Cursor and Claude ignore. Strength, proactive environmental scanning. You stop being reactive. Weakness, massive autonomy. If audit is weak, it can act without your awareness. Too dangerous for users who can't run a command line. The pathology map. Here's where it gets real. Using the wrong tool equals amplifying the wrong loop equals system collapse. Pathology. 1. Pure cursor, operations only. You ship fast, diffs look good, tests pass. But no environmental awareness, no rule enforcement. Identity drift. Symptom. Technical debt compounds silently. You wake up one day and don't recognize your own code base. Diagnosis: operations decoupled from management, intelligence, and policy. Pathology 2, pure Claude Code, operations plus partial management. You delegate exploration to agents. Claude.md enforces some standards. But your personal operational skill withers. The understanding gap opens. Symptom: I shipped this feature, but I can't debug it. The agent did something I don't fully grasp. Diagnosis: agent operations strong, self-operations atrophying. You're becoming a supervisor, not a craftsperson. Pathology 3, pure OpenClaw, Metasystem without operations. Your calendar is pristine, inbox 0, no fires. But operations output drops. You're not shipping. Symptom: I'm incredibly organized, but nothing's getting built. Diagnosis: homeostat collapses to management. Stuck in stability mode, no adaptation pressure. Pathology 4, all 3, no integration. You use Cursor for code, Claude for exploration, OpenClaw for life. But they don't talk to each other. OpenClaw can't see if Claude Code is spiraling. Cursor doesn't know your Claude.md rules. Symptom: fragmentation. Cognitive overhead of maintaining 3 separate workflows. Diagnosis: weak coupling. Metasystem blind to operational reality. The mastery condition. So what's the answer? You need all 3 loops, but in proper containment. Policy contains management and intelligence. Management contains coordination. Coordination contains operations. Cursor handles convergent execution, operations. Claude Code handles exploratory execution plus structural rules, operations plus partial management. OpenClaw handles environmental scanning and life management, intelligence plus management plus coordination. You maintain identity, audit, and irreducible judgment, policy plus self-audit, the irreducible human element. Here's what no tool can do for you: your policy, your identity as a developer, what you're building and why. OpenClaw can maintain this persistent memory. It cannot create it. Self-audit, honest self-assessment. Do I actually understand my system? Cursor checkpoints help, but the judgment is irreducibly yours. Perception to understanding. Does this feel right? Leads to, do I understand why? This arc prevents vibe coding from becoming cargo cult coding. If you delegate this, you drift. The real challenge isn't speed or scale. It's the homeostat, the balance between management, intelligence, and policy. Your management loop wants stability, enforce rules, maintain patterns. Your intelligence loop wants adaptation, scan threats, explore new approaches. Your policy loop decides, when do I stabilize? When do I adapt? Cursor nudges toward management, convergent refinement. Claude Code nudges toward intelligence, exploratory branching. OpenClaw attempts to balance both, but you set the dial. If you abdicate policy, the tools fight each other, or worse, they align in a direction you don't want. Practical synthesis. What does this look like in practice? Morning, OpenClaw briefs you on overnight signals, Slack, email, Sentry. Intelligence function surfaces what changed. Feature work. Claude Code explores 3 architectural approaches in parallel. Operations function generates options. Refinement. You pick one, Cursor helps polish it visually. Operations function converges toward shippable. Checkpoint. You review via Cursor. Checkpoint. Do I understand this? Self-audit evaluates operations output. Evening. Claude.md updated with new pattern you want enforced. Self-management becomes rule externalization. Background. OpenClaw monitors for conflicts, routes urgent messages. Coordination plus intelligence run continuously. Here's the thing nobody's saying out loud. These tools can make you less viable if you use them wrong. Cursor can make you fast and hollow. Claude Code can make you productive and de-skilled. OpenClaw can make you automated and alienated. The mastery isn't in the tools. It's in maintaining your self-policy, your identity, your judgment, your grounding in genuine understanding, while the tools amplify everything else. The AI coding revolution isn't about 10 times speed. It's about recursively viable intelligence. Your operations loop is already 10 times faster. But if your management loop doesn't adapt at the same pace, if your intelligence loop can't scan the new threat landscape, if your policy loop doesn't evolve what good work even means, you collapse fast. So here's my challenge. Map your own loops. Where is your operations? What are you actually executing? Where is your management? What rules constrain you? Where is your intelligence? What signals are you scanning? Where is your policy? What's your identity as a builder? Then ask, which tool amplifies which loop? Are my loops properly contained? Am I maintaining self-policy or drifting? Because the real risk isn't AI will replace developers. It's AI will replace the parts of you that you forgot to keep human. Try this experiment this week. Before you accept the next AI-generated diff, pause. Ask, do I understand why this works? Not, does it look right? Not, do the test pass? Do I understand it? If the answer is no, don't accept it. Dig until you do. That pause, that judgment, is your self-policy. It's the only thing keeping you viable in the age of infinite velocity. Guard it.